We're at a different spot today. Hey there, Deej.
Yeah.
We're gonna try a different spot this evening in hopes to get a bull elk in Hal's lap, since I already got my bull of this year. Hal, you want to say hi?
Hi.
How about you, Ralph?
We're gonna fucking get her done, son.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! A little bit of jamming music to jam everybody up.
Boys, ready for tonight? Hopefully in luck to get a bull. Hey, Hal.
Hopefully.
Pretty good, not bad.
So Pee Wee wants to. Just kidding.
I'm hoping to shoot.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna shoot. There's my dad.
You taking this? Or I'll take it.
Just take that. Oh yeah. What's the date today? The 6th or the 5th? 6th? 5th? Yeah, September 6th.
Got a lot of water in here.
What time is it? It's the 5th. Never mind. It's the 5th. September 5th. What time?
4:35.
4:35. We're going in for an evening hunt where all of us are gonna quad in there, double back on these quads. So, yeah.
Got the antique gun buster.
Got those scent sticks, both those packages?
Got the antique buster.
Antique, ooh. Alright, here, look, I gotta show the people this thing here real quick.
What's that?
This. Look at that. This is one of the best cow calls ever. I had it probably about 15 years. And it sounds sexy.
Not sponsored.
Oh boy.
That's
A lot of
gonna get
memories
them-
with that one.
It's gonna get the bulls coming in screaming. Hopefully.
That's what Lyndon was conceived to.
Oh. Yeah, Lyndon's speaking behind the camera right now, just to let you guys know. Is it just me and you going? Or me, you, and DJ?
I was going in there. He's shooting.
Okay, well, me and
Hell has
Hal.
to shoot, fuck.
Me, Hal, and Ralph.
Me and this guy will kind of have to come back on.
Ain't no fucking Pee Wee Cameron here today.
Me and this guy are
Ain't
gonna
no
sit
fucking Pee Wee
for
Cameron here today.
Where you and DJ shot your bulls, that's where we'll sit, me and DJ, and you guys will probably end up going east.
Alright, we'll keep
On
you
that
guys
ridge.
updated. So just to give you guys a quick update about what's going on, as you see here, Hal's making a stalk up on this bull as Lyndon is actually staying back behind the two boys, making the stalk up on this bull that's calling in front of us. He's not too far. He was about, I'd say, 200 yards in front of the guys here. But yeah, Lyndon Gamble stayed back to call to distract the bull as the guys made the stalk up on this bull that was calling in front of us. And the rest speaks for itself. Enjoy.
when you switched to your bugle, he responded to your bugle, and fuck, he just come in, and we kept calling, and fuck, Leo, he was just coming on in. We had Hal down kind of low behind a tree, so we moved him back up. Sure as shit, he just came right to us, and he stopped about, what, 50 yards?
Yeah.
About 50 yards from us, but he wouldn't come any closer. So we got Lyndon to keep fucking making noise in the hazel brush, bugling, and we snuck in on him, and fuck, we were about 20 feet away from him, 25 feet maybe, 30 yards. And he was just there in a silhouette, and Hal didn't have a clear shot, so I just fucking let him have it.
Alright, boys. Let's go walk up to him. Lead the way.
That's exactly where it was too.
Right here?
Right here. Sit on that tree. That's exactly where I was sitting. And he was just on this side of this tree. He came right here. He came right here.
Ran up this way?
Then he looked at us. Ah, fuck. Turned around, came back. 10 feet.
10 feet. Damn right, boys. Elk down. Elk Camp 2021.
My ass.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah, nice little young bull there.
Hold him up. Hold his head up. Sit behind him.
5x5.
Sit behind him too. There. Ow. Indian crossing here.
Kind of in a bad spot, so he.
Yeah.
Let's lift him up and turn the head. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah. Nice salad, boy. Well, congrats, boys. Damn right. Time to give a call to.
Oh, look at this little guy. Little nub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5x5.
5x5.
Little nubber.
Yeah.
Let's see. Getting another one here.
Nice bowl, nice meat bone, man.
Yep.
That's for sure.
That's what I wanted. Some way ass.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, real work begins here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is fucking the joy of it, but now the real work begins.
Yeah.
So get him out of here.
Damn right. Alrighty. We'll keep you updated, people.
Hello. Welcome to Outdoor Edition Indian Crossing. Welcome. This year was our first year of videoing hunts. You know, we come up as a family. We did a lot of hunting together over the years and had a lot of close counters and whatnot. So this year we figured we'd try out videoing hunts and stuff. We're new to the whole recording thing and stuff, so some of the footage was a little shaky. Some of the, the audio was a little tough to hear sometimes and whatnot. But on this particular hunt, it was late August, I do believe. There was myself, Chris, my son Lyndon, team member Ralph Daniels, team member Hal Cameron, and team member DJ Gamble. Raymond Cameron wasn't on that hunt, unfortunately. He suffered an injury from a hockey tournament. He couldn't do any hunting most of the fogs of his knee injury. But this hunt took place in Crown Land Provincial Forest here in Saskatchewan. we had some trail cameras put up in this area, and we had some elk hitting the trail cams quite a bit, and moose and deer as well. So we figured we'd start hunting in this area, and we've had so much success in this area over the years. I've been hunting since I was 14, so like on my own since I was 14. I used to steal my dad's truck once in a while. Crazy, but I loved hunting that much. And on this hunt, we split up into two groups. Me and my cousin DJ went into this other ridge about a quarter of a mile away from these guys, and then Lyndon, Hal, and Ralph went to this other ridge where Ralph had success. And yeah, Lyndon will talk about that hunt here real quick, briefly.
Well, yeah, like my dad said, Chris, we split off into two groups. It was probably about a 20-minute hike to where we were going on top of a ridge. So once we got to the ridge, we kind of settled down. We sat down, got comfortable, got set up. So as soon as we got settled in, Ralph Daniels, one of the team members, actually started cow calling and bugling and whatnot with his calls. He was calling for about I'd say about a couple hours, because we were out in the bush a bit earlier, because that's when we had elk camp, was that week, I think it was. So once that went down, when we started getting comfortable and calling and whatnot, we didn't hear any bugles, which was pretty deceiving, and we were, kind of feeling like we weren't going to get any luck that day. So I just told Ralph, I was like, why don't I try bugling? Like, myself, Lyndon. I was like, why don't I try bugling with my bugle tube and my mouth reed? He was like, yeah, go for it. So I bugled a couple times, and sure enough, an elk bugled to the north of us. And once that elk bugled, I started doing a challenge bugle towards this bull. And once I started getting fired up, we kind of stuck back, or we walked away from the bull. Well, I did. I'd say about 100 yards back to try to bring the bull in and try suck him in for the two guys, Hal and Ralph, to get a shot off at this bull. So I dropped back, started challenging him again, and kept answering my bugles. And once that went down, I did a couple challenge bugles, like I said, and he came in. We seen his antlers over the hazel brush about, I'd say, 100 yards in front of Ralph and Hal. So I was like, okay, these guys are gonna get him. The shot's gonna go off pretty soon. So got pretty amped up, and then that bull was getting pretty mad from my challenge bugles and whatnot. So I was kind of rustling around the bushes to make it sound like a little herd of elk were rustling around in the bush. And so I was cow calling, and I was doing challenge bugles back to this bull to make it sound like I was mad at him. So once that went down, I brought that bull and I sucked him in for Ralph to let off a shot. And sure enough, Ralph took one shot, and that bull probably went not 30 yards, 20 yards away from him and dropped. And that's where the work began for the night, for that evening. It's a pretty successful hunt, and yeah.
Actually, Hal was the one that was supposed to be the shooter that evening, but because Hal's never ever shot an elk before, so. But Hal wasn't too comfortable with making a frontal shot, and I think that's how the footage the elk was facing him, and then Ralph kind of took over, and Ralph ended up dropping the bull after. But later on, we ended up calling in a nice 6x6 for Hal on another hunt. Me and Lyndon will have footage of that one on another date. So, but we were thankful enough and to harvest a nice big 5x5 that evening, and like Lyndon said, it was a late evening. They dropped that bull just before dark, and when they got back to us, it was pretty dark, and the work began after that. So we'll have some footage of everything here. Stay tuned.
Yeah, if you guys like the videos, if you would like to follow our journey in these hunting videos that we're creating, just like and subscribe, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching.